Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome back if you've been following Saturday. So you know books that I've been reading, and I'm very excited because March we're going to be doing mysteries. So we have some fun ideas planned. So to pick which books I'm going to read, we have piece of paper. On this piece of paper with a white crayon, I have written the numbers 1 through 7, and on my stick on here, I have numbers 1 through 7 written with the book titles. So I have some different authors to choose from. You know me with my no spice and no language. You've been learning that. I've done some research. So we have some Agatha Christie books. I'm told she's really good. There is this series by Joanne Fluke. She has a lot of these, like Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder, Blueberry Muffin Murder. So some of those are on there. And yeah, those are the two main authors I found. There's some other ones. But there's just a bunch of mysteries that I put on here. So I'm very excited. You know, I'm a preschool teacher, so we're going to be doing the old watercolor paint. This trick has to be done with watercolors. Trust me, I've tried multiple different ways. But, so you write with the white crayon on the white paper, and because the wax of the crayon, and this is very diluted, I just did some research. I was like, oh, maybe you could do it with nail polish, but nail polish is just a little too thick. So no, you can't. I mean, maybe if you try really, if you dilute it and put a lot of water in. But, so, I'm just gonna paint. And whichever numbers come up first are the books titles that I'm going to read. So, let's see. Let's use some blue. We're gonna do this with blue. So get rid. Let's see. Ooh, I think I found one already. This is gonna be fun. Number 2. Let's see. Number 2 is Where the Crawdads Sing. I actually put that one on there because I've seen the movie, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm very excited. So yeah, number 2. Let's see. Let's do red this time because we gotta switch colors, right? You don't want it to be boring. Let's see. Let's go 6. Number 6. We got number 6. Perfect. So, number 6. We have Murder on the Orient Express. This one is by Agatha Christie. Oh, sorry. Where the Crawdads Sing is by Deli Owens. I forgot to mention the author. Murder on the Orient Express. This is by Agatha Christie. I didn't know it was by her first. I actually watched the movie. The newer one with, I can't remember anyone else in it, but Johnny Depp plays the guy who dies. So yeah, I should maybe tell you something about the books as we're doing this. Sorry guys. Where the Crawdads Sing. So basically this is a story about this dead body is found in the marsh, and they all think it's the marsh girl, so she has to go on trial, and yeah. So that's the basic story. Murder on the Orient Express. Basically, these people are riding on a train, and someone is stabbed to death. I want to say it's like 12 times. Anyway, so obviously it's figuring out who did it. Okay, so those are the 2. Let's pick one more. Let's see. Ooh, should we do purple, guys? Let's do purple. Let's see. What number is that? Guys, I can't read my own handwriting. Number 5. Sorry, you can barely see that. Make sure you push a little harder on the crayon if you do this. By the way, this is great to do with your kids. They like it. You could write secret messages. Anyway, sorry, the preschool teacher and me had to share that. Number 5. So 2, 6, and then 5. Number 5 is Strawberry Shortcake Murder by Joanne Fluke. It is the second one in the series. I have not read the first one, so I'm hoping that I'm not too confused. But I might be. But are the books. Thank you for painting with me. I'm very excited. Oh, Strawberry Cupcake Murder. I believe it's this girl who owns a bakery, and she kind of helps the cops solve murders. I've seen like similar movies on like Hallmark Channel, so I'm very excited. It's gonna be like one of those Hallmark mysteries, and I'm excited to see what Strawberry Shortcake has to do with it. So those are the options. We will be reading Where the Crawdad Sings by Delia Owens, Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, and Strawberry Shortcake Murder by Joanne Fluke. So stay tuned, and you'll see my thoughts next time. Bye. Okay, I realize I'm wearing the same outfit. That's weird. But that happens. So you saw me pick the books. So now we're going to be talking about the books. Okay, so first one, Where the Crawdad Sings by Delia Owen. You know I like to read the title. For years, rumors of the Marsh Girl have haunted Barkley Cove, quiet town on the North Carolina coast. So in the late 1969, when the handsome Chase Andrews is found dead, the locals immediately suspect Kaya Clark, the so-called Marsh Girl. But Kaya is not what they say. Sensitive and intelligent, she has survived for years alone in that marsh. Thus she goes home, finding friends in the gulls and lessons in the sand. Then the time comes when she yearns to be touched and loved. When two young men from town become intrigued by her wild beauty, Kaya opens herself to a new life until the unthinkable happens. So, like, I think I mentioned this when I was picking the books, but I chose this because I had watched the movie. Well, first I worked with the janitorial staff at my school for a couple summers, and the people there had mentioned it. I think one of the girls was reading it at the time, and they were talking about the movie. And then one night I just decided to watch the movie. So I was interested to see what this is about. So, like the thing says, Chase Andrews is found dead, and they suspect Kaya Clark, aka the Marsh Girl. A little bit about this story, a few things before I give my opinion. It does jump back and forth. Like it'll say, like July 4th, 1961, right? So it does kind of, it gives you a lot of Kaya's backstory about her family and why she's living alone. And then it kind of jumps. So it starts in the present, right, with them finding Chase Andrews' body, but then they jump back. So you kind of see her backstory and how she came to live alone, and then the two boys they were talking about in the summary, you kind of see how she met them. And wow. So it does that. There is some language, like not a ton, but some. I did not know that when I picked this up, which I'm kind of disappointed about, because I don't remember there being in the movie. Maybe there was. So know that there is some. This may be a spoiler, but also I feel like I just want to say that there's could be possible trigger warning for someone in this book. In one of the scenes, Kaya is assaulted by one of the boys. Sorry for spoiling that. It's not like descriptive. But I just figured you should know. That could be a possible trigger warning for someone, so no, that's part of it. But yeah, so that's a little bit about the book. My opinions. I give this, I'm gonna say probably 3 out of 5. Because of the language. Also, I don't know. I didn't mind jumping back and forth like that, but I feel like as a reader, I would have preferred just to kind of have the backstory given like at the beginning and just progress the book that way instead of like having all these jumps back and forth, if that makes sense. But I mean, really, this book is well written. It's a great story, and the ending has a great twist. You're like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. I'm not going to spoil it for you, obviously. So yeah, 3 out of 5, mostly for the language, but it's a good, good ending, good characters. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about Where the Crawdads Sing. So, let's see the next one. Strawberry Shortcake Murder. You know I like to read the back first. When the president of Heartland Flour chooses Cozy Lake Eden, Minnesota as the spot for their first annual dessert bake-off, Hannah is thrilled to serve as head judge, but when a fellow judge, Coach Boyd Watson, is found stone cold dead, facing down Hannah's celebrated strawberry shortcake, Lake Eden's sweet ride to fame turns very sour indeed. Between perfecting her cheddar cheese apple pie and chocolate crunchies, Hannah snooping into the coach's private life and not coming up short on suspects. And could Watson's harsh criticism during the judging have given one of the contestants a license to kill? The stakes are high. The stakes are rising. Sorry, I can't read. The stakes are rising faster than dough, and Hannah will have to be very careful because somebody is cooking up a recipe for murder, with Hannah landing on the necessary ingredients list. So yeah. First, yeah, so she starts this. There is a bake-off competition, and Hannah's going to be the head judge. The first night goes really well, but then after the competition that night, one of her friends calls and is like, my husband's dead. So this is Hannah solving the mystery, because he is found dead. Looks like someone hit him, and there is cheesecake left over because he was bringing, I think, a slice of cheesecake home to his wife. So yeah, that's why the strawberry, shortcake. Sorry, not cheesecake, shortcake is found next to him, like on the floor or something. But yeah, I think that's all the summary about the book. My opinions on it. I thought I'm gonna give it. Just really think these two first, but I'm gonna go with a 4 out of 5. It was really good. I did feel like it was a little slow, but still good. Does that make sense? Like maybe I would have liked it a little faster, but it was still good. I was surprised by who actually did it, which is always a good thing for me. I mean, I'm all about predictability, so it's kind of cool when you're like, I knew it the whole time. But because I actually have this weird thing where I have to predict it, which is why I like these kind of mysteries, like whodunits, because I'm actually usually pretty good at predicting. I might go as this person, but not this one. I did not guess it. So that was a nice surprise. I also like I mentioned when you saw me paint, that this is the second book in the series. And so I feel like I didn't miss out too much. So I don't think you have to read them in order. The only thing you miss out on if you don't, I think, was kind of how relationships are formed, because there's several people in this book, like her sister, that the author kind of references back and was like, oh, until she called, they had a strained relationship. So you miss kind of seeing that reconciliation and things like that. So the overall, like, not that there's a plot, but just like the relationships between the characters. So not that you miss it on too much, but I might recommend reading this in order. And the first one is The Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder. So definitely want to go back and read that one. But This, I did like the characters. I did like Hannah. I don't know. I feel like they was trying to add some romance into it. Like these two guys who really like her. But you're not really invested in the romance. So it's almost like, why are you putting it in? Because it's not like, oh, which one is she going to choose? Because the main part is the mystery. And so I kind of like that the main part's the mystery. So I don't know if I would have added kind of like the two guys liking her. But that's just my opinion. Is there anything else I want to say? Yeah. 4 to 5. I really did enjoy this. So, okay, the last book. Murder on the Orient Express. Okay, just so you know, there are French names in this book, so I'm going to butcher them. I'm sorry. But Murder on the Orient Express. A Hercule Poirot mystery. I don't know how to pronounce that in French. I'm sorry. I don't know French. But just after midnight, the famous Orient Express is stopped in its tracks by a snowdrift. By morning, the millionaire Samuel Edward Ratchet lies dead in his compartment, stabbed a dozen times. His door locked from the inside. One of his fellow passengers must be the murderer. Isolated by the storm, Detective Hercule Poirot, sorry if I butchered that, must find the killer among the dozen of dead men's enemies before the murderer decides to strike again. So yeah, that's basically what the story is. They all gets on this train. It's snowing, so I'm learning that this is a lot of, at least back then it was, that the trains just would get stopped a lot because the snow was just too high and they couldn't get through on the tracks. So the train is stopped because of the snow. The next morning they find this Samuel Edward Ratchet stabbed to death 12 times. 4 out of 5. I will give this a 4 out of 5. It was, I don't know, I guess it's my taste. I just want to know who did it. So I think, again, I'm going to say it was a little slow for my taste, but it's probably not slow for you guys. I just am one of those people that can like binge a book or binge a show just because I have to get to the end. So I'm like, ah. So it was a little slow for my taste, but I feel like it was really well organized. They broke it into parts. So yeah, part 1, the facts, and then it's chapter 1, chapter 2. I think the first part has like 8 chapters, and then it's like part 2, the evidence. No, sorry. The facts, yeah. Part 2 is like the evidence. So I want to get this right. Yep, the evidence. And then part 3 is Hercule Poirot sits back and thinks. So I kind of break it down. So I did like how organized it is. You kind of like have him hearing the facts. Then the middle, the part 2 is more where he's interviewing everyone, getting kind of, yeah, all the evidence, looking at it. And then part 3 is where he divulges who did it, and he's thinking about that. I actually, again, even better than the strawberry shortcake murder, you're not expecting the ending, like, whoo. So go read it. I also like that they threw some French in there, so you get to learn. And if you have no idea, you can look it up and you can learn some French while you're reading. But yeah, 4 to 5. If it was just a little faster, I would have liked it. But good. I like this book. Normally you have 1 or 2 main people you're suspecting, right? But this book, there is actually like several people that it could be. So I really like that you're like, oh my goodness. I don't know who it is. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. those are the 3 books. Where the Crawdad Sings, I gave it a 3 out of 5. Strawberry Shortcake Murder, 4 out of 5. Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, 4 out of 5. I really would recommend any of these books. They're fun, and, well, Crawdad Sing, it was fun, but not as clean as I would have liked. But Murder on the Orient Express and Strawberry Shortcake Murder are clean, no language, so if you really just want a fun little mystery, I would highly recommend those books. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I really had fun. I liked painting to make it a little more mysterious, right? Since we're doing mysteries, I figured painting would be fun. It's a little trick that I get to do. So it was fun doing that. Reading the books was also fun. So if we're getting to the end, then I think that's all I wanted to say. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, click that notification button, please, so you can be updated on all my videos. I have a pretty consistent schedule. So every Saturday you'll get a video of me when I'm reading. Yeah. Please comment. I really do want to hear from you guys. So if you have read any of these books, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. Any similar books, I would also love recommendations, right? Because there's so many books, so little time. So if people recommend them, you should know by now that I really like no spice and no language if I can. And thank you, thank you, thank you. We really are growing in subscribers and views, so thank you. I know that's all to you. And please share this video if you liked it. And yeah, that's all for this week. And we'll see you next week. Bye.